Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. Today guys, we're going to be jumping back down into the charts for Vechain, see what's been going on most recently and what I expect to happen next. As I get into this video, if you find it useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you'll be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. Right, if you haven't yet joined us in Discord, links in the description down below. Fantastic community talking crypto 24/7. It's completely free to join, and I don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find down there, so why not go ahead and check it out. We do a lot more analysis and a lot more kind of fundamental stuff down in Discord, so go ahead and check it out. Why not? Let's get into this one. So Vechain paired up with USDT. We're on the hourly chart. Binance is the data source, and let's get right into this. Right, so basically we were tracking this alternative wave count that I'm actually kind of preferring over the previous one, and I'm going to go kind of through show you exactly kind of what's going on here in my opinion. So we obviously do have some of these more micro moves, which is fine. These are all just kind of bouncing around a little bit, and nothing kind of too difficult to kind of understand. Now when we get to this recent move, I have all of this as a big move coming down much lower. Okay, so there is a bit of a bounce that's going on right now, but I think this is actually a bit more of a triangular wedge right here that's kind of formed yesterday. So if we were to take a look at it with a couple of trend lines here, just throw this on roughly, I'm not going to draw them too accurately. You can kind of see that we're getting wedged up here, and this would basically be forming inside of our of an ABC move coming down, right? So we know that we're going to come out of this triangle in a pretty extreme way. So we want to be kind of open to the understanding of where this is likely to go and what's likely to happen next. Okay, so if I bring that stochastic RSI back in, you can see that we're overbought here on this hourly chart. Okay, if we go ahead and measure this distance, we're going to take it from here to the top, just there. We can also see that this is a 5-wave move, so we're expecting 5 waves afterwards, by the way, guys. So we're coming back down. This is going to take us to about 4.6 cent, okay, on this next pullback down. This is also where I see Bitcoin going down towards the $36,000 range. Okay, so check the Bitcoin video out if you're looking for directional moves. That's kind of what I'm looking at here. This will be a drop for Vechain of about 10%. Okay, so a reasonable amount. This will actually come down as an A, a B, and a C right into this low range just here. Okay, so that's kind of what we're looking at. But obviously, this is a part of a bigger play as well, which is obviously this one, right? So, what does this mean in terms of everything else, right? So we go ahead and we'll remove this fib here, and we'll go ahead and take one from this low point up to the high point just here. Go ahead and take this and move it over to this B wave bounce. This coming in, let me actually just move some of this out of the way so I can see. So this high point was about 5.37. Okay, so we have that up here as our kind of origin position there. Let me just do that. Okay, this then looks like we're coming down to about 4.620, right? So we end up with this really sweet spot just down here. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to remove some of this noise as well. I don't need this line anymore. Let me get rid of these, get rid of those. And in fact, you know what? I'm going to get rid of anything that's not a dotted line because I know I haven't used them for a while. So I'm just going to get rid of all of these. If I need them, I'll draw them back later. Okay, so this then gives us a really sweet spot right down here, okay? Essentially where we are going to be aiming for the price of Vechain to go down to, right? So we have the larger play going down slightly deeper, 4.620. So let me go ahead and mark that right here. And then we'll go ahead and mark the upper line as well, basically at 7.7. And so you can see that we're right inside that sweet spot for where we think Vechain is likely to go next, okay? And I would expect this to play out within the next 2 days, okay? Probably quicker, if I'm being brutally honest. So what we have is basically a 5-wave count here, okay? We have the triangular wedge. I'm not going to mark all of that up, but I would expect then also to have a 5-wave move here. This would basically mirror and end our position here before we get a reversal going up afterwards. Okay, so essentially we would look at the opportunities that are in here, but obviously I'm not a financial advisor. I can't give you a financial advice, but some of the thoughts that will come through my mind will be that this might be a really good opportunity to accumulate or to do some trading activity, because this should be a good place for a bounce upwards, and then obviously we can consider what that might look like closer to the time. But essentially we are looking at pulling down lower than where we are right now into this range and then moving back up from here. Okay, so obviously lots of different strategies that are out there, whether you sell high, buy back cheaper, or whether you just hodl and accumulate in these zones. Lots of different strategies. choose whatever works for you or speak to a financial advisor. Obviously, I'm not one, so I can't give you that. But essentially, I think that the move here is likely to be down. Now, if we zoom out even further, something that might play out even across a multiple kind of time frame period, this is actually potentially a reasonable good area to be. We obviously have the low target that I spoke about before, about 4 cent. It's possible that we go down to 3.5, right? I don't think that's something that we're going to really visit personally. I think that we are actually coming to getting close to ending this. Now, obviously, a move upwards and a pullback down could see us with 4 cent later, just because of what Bitcoin is doing, right? We are not really tracking anything kind of amazing from the structure here, right? We haven't got a load of 5-wave moves or anything like that. But what I would say is that we are likely to move up once we get into this range. But if Bitcoin does go down to the $34,000 range that I do think it's going to at some point, then that basically could mean that VeChain goes down to 4 cent. I don't think it's necessarily going to go all the way to 3.5 unless Bitcoin completely shits the bed and goes down significantly lower than $34,000. And in which case, really, I think, we're probably going to lose this low point. But I want to ideally keep this much higher and build the confidence back in. And on a much larger kind of scale here, we could also articulate that this might be, some kind of really large A, B, C move still to play out, right? So lots of things to kind of think about, lots of things to kind of consider on the macro. If we're ever in doubt, it's always good to zoom on out. If we zoom right out here on VeChain, you can kind of see the pattern that has happened. We had the ABC up. We're looking for this ABC coming down. And then we're looking for that next kind of ABC going up, when this will pretty much be where the market really livens up a bit. Moves up into new all-time highs and all that kind of good stuff. So VeChain is on that kind of directional path. Haven't got really any concerns about that. We should mirror something similar to what's going on over here, because again, if we were to think of this as a much larger scale, what we'd end up with is something that looked like an A, a B, and a C, right, going significantly higher. So essentially, don't want to kind of throw too much out there right now. For the moment, we want to focus in on what is going to happen next. So we might push up ever so slightly higher, but essentially we should be looking at pulling back down quite significantly. Once you're in these low ranges, essentially we should be in a really good spot here for VeChain. So guys, I'm going to leave the video there. If you have found this useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. With all that said, done, out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.